The passing of Davey Lopes at age 80 closes the chapter on one of the most influential base-running innovators in baseball history. Known as a four-time All-Star and one of the most efficient base stealers ever, Lopes transformed the offensive identity of the Los Angeles Dodgers during the mid-1970s. At a time when teams relied on station-to-station baseball and power hitting, his acceleration, instincts, and fearless aggression introduced a new offensive model built on pressure, movement, and run creation. His presence did more than add stolen bases. It reshaped defensive positioning, altered pitch selection, and changed the psychological balance between pitcher and runner. This video explores how Lopes redefined base running, disrupted traditional strategy, and left a blueprint that still influences modern baseball. What defined the offensive culture of early 1970s baseball? Teams largely favored station-to-station movement. Hitters waited for extra base hits, runners advanced cautiously, and stolen bases were considered risky. The emphasis was on avoiding outs rather than forcing defensive mistakes. This created slower offensive sequences and predictable run creation patterns. How did Davey Lopes break the mold of the traditional leadoff hitter? Instead of prioritizing batting average alone, Lopes used elite acceleration and intelligent base running to create immediate scoring threats. Once on base, he forced pitchers to divide attention, shortened defensive reactions, and turned routine singles and walks into high-pressure situations. His value came from movement rather than power. Why did his presence change pitch selection for hitters behind him? Pitchers rushed their deliveries to prevent stolen bases. This often reduced command and encouraged more fastballs. Hitters behind Lopes benefited from predictable counts and mistakes over the plate. The running threat indirectly improved offensive quality for the entire lineup. What made Lopes's first three steps biomechanically special? He maintained a low center of gravity and aggressive forward lean. His stride frequency was extremely quick, allowing rapid acceleration. Instead of building speed gradually, he produced strong horizontal force immediately, which is critical for beating the pitch-to-plate window. How did his acceleration differ from pure top speed runners? Base stealing rewards explosive starts rather than maximum sprint velocity. Lopes excelled in the first second of movement. This allowed him to beat catchers even without being the fastest runner over long distances. His advantage came from timing and burst. What was unique about his sliding technique? Lopes avoided early deceleration before reaching the bag. He committed late to the slide and entered at a shallow angle. This preserved momentum and reduced tag exposure. His technique allowed him to arrive at full speed and extend safely beyond defensive reach. Why was his 1975 season historically important? He recorded 77 stolen bases and achieved 38 consecutive successful steals. This level of efficiency demonstrated not just speed but precise reading of pitchers and timing patterns. The streak highlighted controlled aggression rather than reckless running. How did his base running manipulate defensive geometry? Infielders shifted closer to the bags to guard against steals. This created larger gaps between fielders. Hitters behind Lopes saw more open lanes, particularly between first and second and between shortstop and third base. His speed indirectly increased batting opportunities. What psychological pressure did he apply to pitchers? Pitchers shortened their deliveries and rushed mechanics. This reduced command and increased mistakes. Many threw more fastballs to simplify timing, which made them easier to hit. Lopes influenced the game even when he did not attempt a steal. How did Lopes turn walks and singles into scoring threats? After reaching base, he frequently advanced into scoring position through stolen bases. This converted low-value offensive events into high-value opportunities. A walk followed by a steal functioned similarly to an extra base hit in terms of run potential. How did the Dodgers benefit from this chaos strategy? Aggressive running increased defensive errors and forced rushed throws. Pitchers lost rhythm and fielders repositioned constantly. The lineup gained more RBI chances, and run production improved without relying solely on home runs. What made the 38 consecutive stolen bases a tactical masterclass? Lopes studied pitcher leg kicks, delivery rhythm, and count tendencies. He chose moments when pitchers were least focused on the runner. His success relied on preparation and observation rather than raw speed alone. How did his approach influence modern base stealing? Contemporary speed specialists emphasize lead distance, jump timing, and slide efficiency. These principles mirror Lopes's approach. Modern analytics confirm the value of high-efficiency stealing, reinforcing concepts he demonstrated decades earlier. Why is his 1975 blueprint still relevant? Base running remains a way to manufacture runs without power hitting. Lopes showed that acceleration and decision-making can shift defensive positioning and increase scoring probability. His style fits modern emphasis on athleticism and pressure offense. What is the lasting strategic legacy of Davey Lopes? He transformed speed into a central offensive weapon. He expanded the role of the leadoff hitter. He forced defenses to adapt and pitchers to change behavior. His acceleration reshaped lineup construction and offensive philosophy. Finally, Davey Lopes did more than steal bases. He changed how baseball understood movement, pressure, and efficiency. By turning speed into a strategic weapon, he helped the Dodgers create offense without relying on power alone. His explosive first steps, intelligent reads, and momentum-preserving slides became a model for future generations. Decades later, modern base running still reflects the blueprint he built. One player's acceleration reshaped defensive geometry, altered pitcher psychology, and expanded the offensive ceiling of an entire era. If you enjoyed this educational breakdown, remember to share the video, like it, and subscribe to the channel for more deep baseball analysis and historical insights.